privilege today to introduce two ladies. One who taught me how to cook, this is my mother, and my friend Mila, with whom I continue to cook every day. Today, we are recreating a recipe that all three of us pretty much know how to make. However, we don't have a recipe. So between three of us, I think we're gonna come up with the perfection, hopefully. And it's a recipe that incorporates potatoes in a dough. And it's, what would be the English name for this? What do you think? I mean, we know the Serbian version. No idea. Anyway, in Serbian it's called Knedle, SLJIVAMA. But what it is, it's the dough that will go around PLUMS. It's a potato dough that goes around PLUMS. So we're going to show you how to make this, and we're going to have fun together. Will we?
Let's start.
Let's start. Is this Berna?
No, Mama.
Okay, let's start.
This recipe we need some fresh plums, or if plums are not in season, you can use plum jam. Also, we're going to need some regular flour, some brown sugar, a few cooked potatoes. In this case, we're using almond flour instead of breadcrumbs. Also, we're going to need a little bit of olive oil and some baking powder. And also, I will be using some eggs and vanilla sugar.
The first thing is we're going to whip potatoes, right?
Yeah.
Krumpir prvo?
Yeah.
Okay. How much oil do you think we should put in potatoes? And how many potatoes do we have here? About 5 to 6 maybe?
5 to 6 big potato.
Okay. I'm thinking that we should just measure it for the recipe.
You can do that.
Okay. So for you, we're gonna go ahead and whip these potatoes with a little bit of olive oil, about a half a cup. Mama, izmeri den pola šolje. Okay. And Mila, can you get the mixer? Yeah. Okay. We'll make it exact for you, so you two can make this recipe just like this.
In approximately 2 pounds of boiled warm potatoes, add the oil. We're using half a cup of olive oil, and then mix it really well.
Mixing potatoes, my mom is filling up a pot with the water. We're going to preheat the water because we're going to end up cooking. I want to point something out which is really important. The potatoes and oil look almost like a dough. And the important thing is that they are separating away from the dish. So this is looking good already. Next is eggs, correct? Mom will add eggs. And these are our homegrown eggs. Okay, so we're using 2 eggs.
Yes.
Mama, samo dva jaja?
Samo dva.
Okay. Mother said 2 eggs. All right, we're gonna mix a little more, right?
Yes.
Okay. Really good. And we're gonna add some baking powder, about a 1/4 teaspoon. Salt. All right. Dough is looking very good. So now we're just gonna clean mixer. And the best part about cooking in a group like this is that we started with 3 generations of cooks, and now we have 4 generations cooking with us in the kitchen. Mila, look down. Look who I have down here with me. See, the beautiful thing about cooking and family is that kids are always lurking somewhere in the background, which means they too are learning the recipes century old. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands, and the next step is flour. We're gonna pre-measure flour for you so that we have exact recipe. So I'll be right back. So Mila will pre-measure the mass that we have, and we did start with about 6 medium potatoes. So let's just see how much of the potato mixture we actually have. First 2 cups, okay?
4 cups.
All right, very good. 4 cups. And now we're gonna go and add flour. So we're adding a first cup of flour.
Yes.
All right. Add half more. Dough is looking really good. Need a little more flour, so we're gonna add another 1/4 cup. We have ended up with the perfect dough. But interesting thing about the dough is actually really soft. And the reason we like to keep it soft is that a final product, when these little balls are cooked, is nice and soft. We could add more flour to the dough, but once we cook them, they will become a little too hard. So to manage a dough as soft as this one, you would need a little flour on the side. So keep the flour on your hands, a spoon like this, spoonful of dough. See, I'm going to continue to use flour. Just thin it out. And I'm only using one little piece of plums because these plums are enormous. When I was growing up, plums were not much bigger than this. These are hybrid plums, so if we use them whole, our dessert will end up this big. So now, just wrap it around. Okay, and again, use as much as flour as you need. And roll it around like this. And on the side, I have just a baking sheet, and again a little bit of flour underneath so they don't stick to it. So that process is very simple. Flour on your hands, a spoonful of dough, and fill it up with fresh plums. And another great tip is, if you don't have fresh plums, just use plum jam. Or you can put different fruit inside. I think this will be very good with peaches as well. That dough is so soft. That's a soft little baby. My mom and Mila needed help after all. So here comes the professional. Scarlett, show them how it's done, please.
Put it on. So, more.
Mila, by the way, is
Little
extremely
hands is helping.
patient. Extremely patient.
Bravo, Scarlett. Beautiful.
Good job,
Some
girl.
more flour.
Kids being in the presence of grown-ups is they can learn all kinds of things. And I believe that children are capable of learning many wonderful things should we give them opportunity. And this here is a perfect example of that. So, how's doing?
Good.
Good. Is the Mila helping you?
Yes.
Oh, very good. You're doing well. Do you think I need to help in there too? Yes? I want to keep my hands clean. Uh-huh. Is it fun to have your hands dirty? Yeah. All right. We are having fun. So you too, get your family in and get cooking. Right? Tell them that.
Come on over for the taste.
Yes.
Get cooking. Say get cooking.
Yes. Cooking.
With your family, right?
Yes.
Yes. So water is boiling, and you see how big the pot is and how much water we have in. As we set them in the water, I'm going to try to reshape them a little bit, just a little bit more. And I have a spoon. It's just perfect for this. And set them in the water. So I'll check with my mom how long we need to cook them. I would say maybe a minute and a half, but I'll check with my mom and find out exactly. Mom, just form them again like this with your hand, and she said they are done once they come up, once they pop out. Okay, this water is really hot, and I don't want to burn myself, so I don't think I'm going to use my mom's method. I'm just going to lay them in like this. We have enough help around here, and our plum balls are boiling. And while they boil, Mila, are you ready to start for the finishing
Yes,
touch?
I am.
Okay,
Let's
let's
start.
move on frying the almond flour.
Olive oil.
Okay, half a cup of olive oil, very good. We're gonna preheat that.
Yes.
What's next? Great addition to this traditional recipe. Breadcrumbs are normally used, but the breadcrumbs we use not necessarily because they were the best solution. It's usually because people didn't have better ingredients. So the breadcrumbs added crunchiness and added it to color. What we're using here is almond flour, and this will deliver color, the crunchiness, and nutrition. Mila is using 2 cups of almond flour. To churn our almond flour into golden brown color. And let's check what my mom is doing. All are looking good. Some of them are floating, which means they're almost done. Almost done. My mother was just giving me a tip and said once the water starts boiling and all the balls come up to the surface, you only need about 30 to 40 seconds more and they're done. And Mila, what are you adding now?
Brown sugar.
A brown sugar. And
Yeah.
how much you got there now?
1 cup of brown sugar.
Very good. Are you done with cooking the almonds?
Yes, I'm
Okay, so you're adding sugar when almonds are kind of roasted, right?
done. Roasted, yes.
Okay, mix it well. Are we ready for the plum balls?
Plum balls, yeah. It's a good, nice name.
I like it too, it's really good. And what I'm adding here is vanilla sugar, but if you don't have vanilla sugar, you can just put a little bit of the regular vanilla, maybe about a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're gonna mix it well, and now we are ready to roll our plum balls in this. Without tasting them, I think this is a success. These are looking really good. And I kid you not, I have not made this recipe ever before. And Mila, when is the last time you made these babies?
Maybe 10 years ago,
10 years ago?
when my kids were small, they love it.
Usually, like Mila did, or you can do them like my mother is doing. Finally done. All that's left is just to do the presentation. These things look absolutely beautiful. So just set them in a plate like this. Ice cream would be great to serve on the side, or just the whipped cream, or you can serve them just the way that they are. This is looking really good. And I want to open up one of these for you to see what's inside. Let's pick a nice one. Alright. Here's the knife. And let's see what we got. Nice and soft dough. Look at them. Perfection. This is just gorgeous. Remind about the presentation, and I incorporated a few fresh plums in a final plate. And now I want to try them too. They really, really look good. I like the density of the dough, and I want to see how they will taste with almonds around them, because I never had them with almonds before. It's really good. Really, really good. I'm extremely proud of my girls. We recreated a very old recipe together and came up with something that's really good. Mom, very good. Your good teaching, it's still here. And for all of you daughters and mothers out there, I would like to encourage you to get back in the kitchen and start cooking again. And encourage your friends, grandkids, and other children to get back to cooking and start eating healthier and living healthier. Bye. I have to admit that as a child, I wasn't too crazy about this dessert. It never tasted as good as chocolates and candies. But today, trying it again after 25 years, I find it simply amazingly delicious. I love this soft dough. I love the taste of tart plums inside and the roasted almonds on the outside. Simply delicious. And as you saw, the recipe was not too complicated to make either. As always, it was wonderful cooking with you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will join our channel and watch us as I continue to teach our young America how to grow, prepare, and preserve foods in more natural ways. Please support us just by simply clicking and joining. Thank you very much, and I look forward to cooking with you again. Bye.